Hello, everybody, and welcome to the first week of the playoffs for the S.I.M.P League Season 3. I'm going against the Golden State Wartortles, same as last week. Um, all right, yeah, let's get into the thing. Like I said, he has a very scary team. He has Pelipper and Palafin and Cinderace, and a combination of them, frankly, is probably already enough to overpower my entire team. But we're not going to go out without a fight, and let's see what we've cooked. This is a pretty similar team to last week. There are a couple of minor changes. As you can see, some of the Pokemon are different. And yeah, we'll get into them. So first up, this is Colossal. This is a significant improvement over last week. Before I was running Sunny Day and Solar Beam to try to hit the Palafin super effectively. I quickly learned that was not viable at all, and now this match is serious and not funny. This is honestly still kind of stupid. Basically, the idea behind this set is we Terra Water this thing as soon as we possibly can, and this is my singular and only way to switch into Palafin, basically. He could have like a fully special Palafin set that has like Boom Burst and Grass Knot or something. That could be really stressful for us, but I'm expecting him to bring like a physical set, even though a special set would be very dangerous and would hurt us a lot. This is going to fulfill, like I said, the same role as last week. It's going to switch into Palafin. Our Steam Engine is going to give us a +6 speed boost if we get hit by a water type attack, which allows us to outspeed even a Choice Scarfed Primeape. From there, we could try to fire off a Will-O-Wisp and severely cripple its damage output. An Adamant Choice Band Wave Crash, excuse me, deals 17 to 20% to a Terra Water Colossal. In the rain, it's going to do 25 to 30. If it's burned, it's going to do only 8 to 10, but if it's burned and in the rain, it'll end up doing 12 to 15. This can also somewhat be useful against Cinderace. Cinderace is the most threatening offensive Pokemon to my entire team. I don't have anything that can, quote unquote, switch into it, per se. And because I have more of a defensive team, it could prey off of me very easily, um, especially with its Libero U-turns. A Jolly Pyro Ball is going to do 14 to 17% to us, but it also will activate Steam Engine. A Libero Close Combat is going to do 28 to 33. If it changes the fighting type or something, then we could just try to burn that as well, which would be really huge. Um, the main thing, like I said before, is if Palafin is a special set, if it has Grass Knot, even if it's fully physical Adamant with Grass Knot as like a fourth move or something, it's going to do 25 to 30% to us. If it's like a Lonely Nature or something, it's 28 to 33 without any item or investment, and that cannot be reduced by burn, which is very threatening. We have to watch out for that. Power Gem does 31 to 37% to a Hero Form Palafin, and it also does 60 to 71 to a Fire-type Cinderace, which could potentially be useful if we end up being faster than it. Earth Power is also there. It's mainly there if Palafin Terra steals. It does 46 to 55% to us. Originally, this was Flamethrower, but because of the threat of rain, I decided Earth Power was safer. It also does 84 to 99 to Magnezone, which is really great. Like I said, the speed, I think it lets us, yeah, it lets us outspeed a Choice Scarf Primeape when we have a Steam Engine proc, and then the rest of the EVs go hard into defense. Next up is Regidrago. This is our best possible defensive Cinderace answer, I believe. Like I said, we have very defensive in investment. 560 HP with a lot of defense bulk is probably going to go a long way, even though we only have 50 raw defense. The EVs let us get a lot of mileage out of it, and so will our gargantuan HP stat. A Jolly Pyro is going to do 17 to 20% to us, which is nice. We're intentionally bringing a special set, so we don't really care about potential burns, even though it will lower our HP to make Dragon Energy do less. We never intended to terrestrialize this thing, so I'm really not worried about it being super effective. Our Terra Sync is basically going to be Colossal this match. I don't have any other option. Close Combat deals 35 to 41% to us, which is a lot. What's probably going to end up happening is Cinderace is just going to spam U-turn every turn it comes in, and we'll never really get a hit off on it. That's what Rocky Helmet is for. We can get reliable chip on Cinderace that way, even if it does decide to go for a close combat. Let me check. Fireball, I don't think makes contact, right? No, it doesn't. But if it close combats, then it will be taking Rocky Helmet damage. I'm not expecting it to run protective pads or anything like that, so it should be safe. Um, And then as a fourth move, we have Rest to heal up to full if we need to, so we can come back for more. We also have Wish support from Florges. We could fire off a strong Dragon move if we think they're going to switch, if we end up getting in on the Cinderace, or even maybe get off a cheeky Earth Power if we think they might stay in, or potentially go into Magnezone to tank the Steel type attack. Earth Power deals 54 to 64% to a Fire type Cinderace, and Dragon Pulse is slightly stronger at 57 to 81. The real reason for running Earth Power is because our speed investment lets us outspeed a timid Magnezone. So if Magnezone comes in on us, we can Earth Power it, and uninvested, it's just enough to one-shot it. I'm fully expecting it to be Magnet Pull Magnezone in order to trap Corviknight, so I don't really have to worry about Sturdy or even Analytic in that case. Uh, Next up is Slowking. This is still my best Amoonguss switch-in. This is mostly the same as last week. Still with the safety goggles. It can't touch us that way besides a Stomping Tantrum. We might have to scout for it. I'm really not expecting it. In fact, at this point, there's so much stuff I have to prep for. I kind of think I have to play into my opponent just not bringing Stomping Tantrum Amoonguss. This time, we're taking off Future Sight in favor of Flamethrower. It is still a 3-hit KO on most Amoonguss, so it'll overpower Regenerator, unless it's like fully specially defensive. Black Sledge is not included in this calc. This Slowking has also been tailored to help against Magnezone. The special defense investment lets us live 2 consecutive Thunderbolts from a Choice Specs Magnezone, and then we can threaten a 2-hit KO and return with Flamethrower. Sludge Bomb is going to be our main offensive move. It's good damage into pretty much anything isn't Magnezone. If Crocodile comes in to make a resisted hit, and in general it's just really good against us, it is still risking a poison chance, so it might be worth it. Though if I'm hard reading Crocodile to switch in, I might rather just Toxic or just Chilly Reception out. I'm still not expecting Crocodile to come in general, but if I poison it, it'll be nice. Crocodile is way better into us, this particular team this week, because I forewent Corviknight, so it could actually be really scary. Before Corviknight basically mogged Crocodile completely, and hopefully that was enough to scare him into not bringing it, because I really don't think Crocodile is a good bring against me because of how easily the Corviknight can handle it. So hopefully I successfully scared him into not bringing it, because my team is way more Crocodile weak than last time. That might be our downfall. We shall see. Florges! Florges makes an appearance. This is a Clark to heal our team, because we do not have a lot of recovery outside of this. It's just Wish on Florges and Rest on Regidrago, and that's it. We'll have Black Sludge on um, but that's it otherwise, and Leftovers on Colossal. But anyways, we have Wishes. We can heal 180 HP with our HP stat, which heals 45% to Colossal, and it also heals 32% to Regidrago, which is basically enough to offset a Cinderace close combat after Leftovers, kind of. Well, actually, no, we're not running Leftovers anymore. That was a sort of a later change. So that's not even true anymore. But we do have Rest at least to sort of help us out there. It heals 45% to Slowking and 55% for Grafaiai and 60% for Chenpao. Our 8 speed EVs lets us avoid being speed crept by a potential Pelipper. And the rest is going into defense. It doesn't really matter that much, but like 8 EVs can't really hurt, so why not? Since we don't have Corviknight anymore, I was very unfortunate drop on my end, but it was a very necessary one. In test scrims, the Primeape was pretty much able to dance around Corviknight pretty effortlessly. Every time I defogged, it came in. Every time I attacked, it came in. I did have Taunt on it, but it just wasn't enough. And I just think I'm really bad at playing against like Primeapes and Annihilapes in general. So that could really do me in if I'm not careful. Not having Corviknight also means that we don't have any method of removing hazards, which if he brings Crocodile or Deontay, that could be really scary, but again, I'm not really expecting either of those to come. But yeah, since we don't have Corviknight anymore, Crocodile is extremely scary to us, so I went full defensive investment to help us kind of against Crocodile. Colossal can also kind of do it, but I really want to keep it healthy for Cinderace, or for Palafin rather. Floor just isn't really terrible. Scarfed Earthquake does 38 to 45% to this set, which isn't bad. I do have to be wary of Gunk Shot, which it got this gen, which isn't very easy to hit KO. It could also just be have a stronger offensive item like Choice Band or even Life Orb. Moonblast is going to be our main stab move, and it's a roll to one-hit KO Crocodile coming off of our base 112 attack, which people seem to forget sometimes. And Giga Drain is a pretty weak recovery move that is also pretty decent into Crocodile as well as Palafin if I think I need the extra bulk. Probably not going to be clicking it that much, but it's there just in case. Grafii, this almost didn't make the team, but I am so bad at playing around Primate, but I think I kind of need this. Um, Basically, like I said, I kept defogging into Defiant Primate, switching in, giving it attack boosts, then letting it get bulk ups off. It was very, very difficult for me to play around this, and this sort of just helps me against Primate more. It's also pretty solid utility if I can get it in. There's a Rage Fist switch in. I think it can also take Drink Punch slightly well if it's not boosted at all. This is the exact same set that I used last week, which is also the exact same set that I used against Annihilate in week 5. Like I said, it's a solid check to Primate because it can Encore it and Toxic it. Also potentially cripple things with Switcheroo or Super Fang. Getting a Switcheroo off on stuff like Palafin, Cinderace, Primate would be really nice. More residual damage the better, especially with how slow and methodical of a team this is. Um, it could also be good against Cresselia as well. Limiting its recovery would be very good. I could also Encore it into any setup move, just to make things be more predictable, because Cresselia can get a little crazy if I let it set up and stuff. Or even like Lunar Dance or set up screens or something. Toxic is good for things as well. And like I said, the more passive damage we can rack up, the better. Again, very useful against Cresselia. It does have Lunar Blessing, but that is limited and it doesn't heal it by a lot, just recovers the Toxic. And Super Fang is just a damage move. I made Grafia faster than Palafin so that our Prankster moves can go before its Jet Punch. Like I said before, the same as before, so a lot of this I'm repeating myself. Lastly, Flocos the Chin Pao. This set is also stolen from my Week 7 match. This is going to be our primary DPS Pokemon, like I said. Crunch hits things like a truck. Black glasses will boost the power of its moves, and Ice Spinner is, like I said, is a strong option. There's enough to Amoonguss that I don't think I need Ice Crash that much, like I said. Sacred Sword is a good move for Terra Steel Palafin, and it also hits things like Magnezone or Beartic. And Ice Shard is last ditch priority option. Last week I wanted to run Haze to stop potential Calm Mind Cresselia, but I couldn't justify it, and it's not coming here again. And we have Grafii for the Haze stuff, for the Calm Mind stuff anyway. And like I said, this is enough speed to outspeed a Jolly Cinderace, and then the rest went right into special defense to help against non-Terra Cresselia, which was very good because last time it Terra Fairy Moonblasted us, and it did a lot, but we lived because of the EVs. So yeah, that's the team. A lot of similarities, but also a couple differences. Hopefully enough to keep my opponent on his toes. Diancie was the only fatigued Pokemon last week, and it's not fatigued anymore because there is no fatigue anymore. But I don't think it's going to come. I don't think it's going to bring any of his hazard setters, and we're really leaning into that because if Stealth Rocks are in and Shenpao is very crippled. Yeah, that's basically the team. Thank you so much for watching.